So get your screen how you want. Oh, now we're live.
Okay. Hey, I thought it started automatically at 7 o'clock. You guys have been in the background. We've been talking over you and you haven't been hearing us. Glad there is no supervisor. Actually, you know what? You're the supervisor today. Go talk to yourself.
I would love to start a fund to send patches out for canine units to rename the dog supervisor whenever a frauditor asks for a supervisor.
Oh, there you go. That would be great. That would be great. All right, let's see. What was I doing before? Close that. Close that. We were looking at. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yep.
Hey, that's what I was trying to do before.
Yeah, and you'll be able to zoom in on it to make the text bigger so people can see it also.
Oh, I got to figure out how to do that.
However you would normally zoom that document.
Oh, look at that. Hey, this might actually work this time.
You're probably better off having our avatars on the side like we started off instead of, because when you shift it down to the bottom, sometimes it gets in the way of what you're trying. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I just figured that would make the document bigger, but we can do that this way.
Yep.
Okay, we'll try this again. Florida House of Representatives. House Bill 11. A bill to be entitled. I guess it's not titled yet, but they're still working on it. Anyway, I guess I'll read it again for this time. An act relating to impeding, provoking, or harassing law enforcement officers, provided a definition prohibiting approaching a law enforcement officer or remaining within a specified distance of such officer with specified intent after receiving a warning not to approach, providing criminal penalties, providing an effective date. That's what this document's planning on doing. Be it enacted, which means it's not yet, but being enacted by the legislature of the state of Florida, if this goes through, which I'm going to be going out and trying to help it along. Oh, I wish ScriptCat was here to read it for me. Section 1, Section 843.31 Florida Statutes is created to read 843.31 approaching law enforcement officer after receiving a warning with intent to impede, provoke, or harass. Now there it has the word intent, which is not through the whole thing. There are some things you can do unintentionally. We'll get to that. 1. As used in this section, the term law enforcement officer has the same meaning as previously described in other laws. We all know what a law enforcement officer is. 2A. It is unlawful for any person, after receiving a warning from a law enforcement officer not to approach, to violate such warning and approach or remain within 30 feet of a law enforcement officer who is engaged in the lawful performance of any legal duty with the intent to interrupt, disrupt, hinder, impede, interfere with the law enforcement officer's ability to perform such duty. Which means you can stand there with your camera. You can talk to your camera. You can talk to the people next to you. You cannot intentionally try to talk to the officer or towards the officer. You cannot talk to the people being stopped or towards the people being stopped. You are not allowed to inform the people of their rights while they're being dealt with the officer. Now, if you interrupt or disrupt and you don't have the intention to do so, I don't know how having a camera and talking to a cop is not intentional. But we'll move on to 2. Go ahead.
One thing I'd like to point out to all the frauditors, I didn't see any mention of filming in this. You retards got to understand, cops don't care about you filming. It's the acts you do as you're filming that pisses them off. All right.
Definitely,
Sorry.
I agree. No. You got a good point there because I got plenty of videos where I'm out standing shoulder to shoulder basically with the cops. They're not saying a word for me being there because I am not acting like an ass clown. They don't care
Yeah.
about the camera. They care about somebody coming up and acting like an ass clown saying I can get away with it because they have a camera.
And I really wish Florida would change that instead of reading. If you go up a little bit to where it specifies about the 30 feet,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, instead of saying remain within 30 feet, because I would, I would, I wish it would state something to the effect of at least 30 feet at officers' greater distance at officers' discretion.
Yeah, but putting something like that in will get the wrong cop to say my discretion is 2 miles.
Well,
Now, granted, like frauditors will go crazy with it, which they almost always do. Some officers might abuse that, and that you have to keep under control. Because I'm not saying every officer is good. Even in Hillsborough County, where I live, I found a couple that shouldn't really be on the force. But that doesn't mean they're going to go out and kill somebody just because they can get away with it.
yeah.
All right, getting on with two here. Provoke a physical response from the law enforcement, where's my mouse? From the law enforcement officer. So you can't provoke a physical response. Okay, that means the officer can't come up and have to actually deal with you or move you.
So you can't be a Glenn Serial and threaten to sweep the leg.
Oh no, that's looking for physical contact. That's definitely that would be provoking a physical response. 3, directly or indirectly harass a law enforcement officer, which means if you do something that is constitutionally protected that harasses him while he's engaged in the stop, that is no longer constitutionally protected. Now a lot of people like to use the can't yell fire in a crowded theater, which I don't always agree with because there was one time somebody went to jail for not yelling fire in a crowded theater. It was a really weird set of circumstances. There were 3 people left in the theater, suburb of Chicago. The popcorn girl was cleaning the counter. The assistant manager closed the ticket booth and was over talking to the popcorn girl. And the projection boy came down. All 3 of them were hanging up by the concession stop counter. A fire started in the projection room. And when the ceiling started peeling and they realized there was a fire, the 3 of them ran out without alerting anybody else. And people got injured. So there it was a crime not to yell fire in a crowded theater. So the yelling in a crowded theater, I've actually, not personally, but have heard about, that's not always true. But in the same sense, a theater that doesn't have a fire, you can't yell fire in it. That would be indirect. And then we go on to B. A person who violates this subsection commits a misdemeanor of the 2nd degree, which in Florida, it's not your basic, it's the one up. Punishable is provided, and there's the numbers there. And they're looking to get it to kick in October 1st, 2022. Which, with your wording, maybe changed a little bit, and I found a couple things in here that the wording might be better, a little bit different, but we're not the person who has the job to come up with it. We can only make suggestions, which I'm planning on. And I'm also planning on going out and hoping to help this get through, because this is something that would be good for my community, just looking at the tards around here. Alex, and there's a couple of constitutional guardian. He's a real pain around here.
I'm hoping other states will adopt it in the process too.
Oh, definitely. Once it kicks off, A lot of stuff like that happens. One state starts something, then others pick up on it, then others pick up on it, and that's how you get the ball rolling. But somebody has to get the ball first rolling in order for people to help it along.
There are other states working on similar legislation, like Texas is working on some legislation. I'm not sure how far along the process it is, but
Texas needs it with some of the clowns down there.
Yeah. It's funny how these individuals are going fighting for our rights, and they're actually
hurting them,
causing the rights to get degraded.
Right, they are, because, like I said, there's actually, I'm going to play that clip in a minute. I was out doing an audit, and a state trooper had a problem with me being there just because he's been harassed so much, and they had a county sheriff or deputy go up and tell the state trooper, I'm standing on the side of the road minding my own business, and told the state trooper to shut up. I would love to see any frauditor get one cop to tell another cop to leave them alone, because they go out there and get every cop mad at them purposely just for clicks and views.
The only time you see another cop telling them to leave a frauditor alone is like when they know what they're up to. Just ignore them. They're just trying to get a reaction. That's the best they'll say.
Yeah, ignore them, let them go away. But oh, here we go. This is when he comes back to me and tells me what happened.
I just went to who was that guy over there? I was like, he's the guy standing on the road filming you. Out of your way, so shut up.
I appreciate you. I would love to get any frauditor have an officer in a white shirt tell a state trooper, no, I won't interpret what I thought he said.
Yeah,
hey, killing timer, Smitty, why don't you jump up there and put your 2 cents in? Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, I'm anti-frauditor, but there's actually, if you do auditing correct or cop watching correct, there's legitimate. It's got legitimate needs. It's just.
Oh, definitely. Go out there, point a camera at a cop. Once it's like anything else. I work at UPS. Now, over peak season, for the last couple of years, we've had a lot of shortages, to put it nicely, with some packages with some of the temporary help. For some reason, they love stealing iPhones, and as soon as they turn it on, the cops show up at the house because you got a stolen iPhone and that has so much tracking on it. We get people all the time getting popped for that. But if the person knew there was a camera standing there, they'd stay honest while the camera was there. If they didn't know the camera was there, they'll act naturally. You want to get the cops in their natural environment. You don't want to change the environment and make them do something that they wouldn't normally do, because that's just clicks and views.
Yeah. But to get copies of anything that's worth clicks or views, they would be at it. They might be able to get one every couple of months by doing it the right way. Because most of the stops are kind of boring.
Definitely. You want to talk about some crappy view ratios? Glad there is no supervisor. What was that? Some crappy view ratios. Glad there is no supervisor. What was that? Some crappy view ratios. Oh, somehow I'm echoing in my headphones. I don't know what I did. There is no supervisor. What was that?
Yeah, you got into kind of a loop.
View ratios. Oh, somehow I'm echoing in my head. Oh, shit, my bad. Somehow I was watching my own live stream on a different channel.
Oops.
Don't know how I managed that one. Oh, anyway, this is me coming home from work at the end of November.
Yeah, that's you.
If it wants to play. This is what got my channel taken down at the end of November. And I always pad my videos and make them a little longer. Oh, of course it doesn't want to work. I live right down the street from an elementary school and come home to a naked guy laying on the sidewalk at about 8:30 in the morning. And then when I went and got the dog and let him out, he got stirred up. And at one point in about a minute from here, he actually pulls his junk out and flips it off to the camera. I blurred that out in this. I'm thinking after I went live when he came on my property and wanted to fight, he might have done that again when I was, because county worker pulled up and a couple other people pulled up. I had set my camera down, pointed at him, and walked away from it and wasn't paying attention. Don't ever do that.
At least not while you're live.
No, it's like the third time I'd ever been live and never even thought anything of that.
I don't know if there's a way to increase the lag time from what you're filming and when it actually gets broadcast, but I like to have like 15, 20 seconds of lag in there. That way, if something happens, you can stop it before.
Yeah, that would come in handy. So if you saw something, you can hit end and it ended it before it went up. You might be able, I think I saw somewhere you can set that up. I'm not sure. You should be able to. If not, it should be changed that you could. That would be awesome. But yeah, there's him doing that. But I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't by the camera. I didn't even know that he did that. About a half hour after the cops got there, he's getting loaded in the back of an ambulance, and that's when my channel got taken off of YouTube. It went down mid-broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, there's security. That's Taz.
Good boy.
Yep.
He's a good boy.
You like my makeshift privacy fence?
It's
Let
what
the
works.
wheatgrass grow through it.
Good boy, Snake. Yeah, he's a good boy.
I was at this point hoping he'd just keep strolling and walk down the street, but he decided to make a left and come onto my property. Actually, what I should have done at this point is not put the dog up.
Good boy, Snake. Sit. Right now, sit.
If he comes on my property, he's going to get some free body piercing.
Excuse me, sir. You're not welcome here. Thank you. Please remove yourself. Taz, right here, right now. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. At this point, I put Taz up.
Anyway, that's about the end of that. Put Taz up at that point, and I went live. And like I said, that's where I lost the channel, and it took forever with YouTube just to get. Invite him in for coffee. Yeah, Vlad, definitely.
Yeah. He comes on my property and refuses to leave. He'd be leaving with some free body piercings.
Yeah, I didn't even need to pierce him. I could have took 2 fingers and pushed him back. Actually, I got words to get him off my property was enough. Pretty much leave or I'll let the dog back out. And once I put the dog in the backyard, he was barky. He wanted to get out after him. Well, next time, now I know what to do. Because as far as I can tell, well, I don't know. Do frauditors cause people pain and get to put it on the YouTube? Because I'm trying to figure out exactly what I aired. They got the channel taken down. And the only thing I can figure out is...
It was the nudity.
Yeah, that's because, who was it? Unclean Hands was watching the live stream, and he said that popped up on the screen, something about the adult content or nudity or something.
Yep.
Oh, well. Well, now I figured out how to do live. I appreciate you jumping on here, Hank, and helping me tweak this a little bit and teaching me how to get through this a little bit.
No problem.
Eventually, I'll get better at this.
You got to start somewhere.
Yep. Well, now that we're started, we're just going to have to keep it going. I was thinking about right now with my channel, I'm trying to get 3 videos out a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And if I can live stream once a week, I'd be happy with that for a while.
Yeah, I haven't put anything new out in 3-4 months now.
Well, I was watching my metrics on YouTube, and 2 weeks ago, my channel was doing really decent, and then Patty hit me with that copyright strike. And one day after I don't put anything out, my viewership goes down to less than 50 because my videos just don't get promoted because that strike's hanging over my head.
Yep.
Oh, well, another week I get to put a new video up about him making fun of him losing. That would be the 10th, 11th, and I put out 2 different versions across 3 different channels, and he wouldn't hit them all. So this is going to be strike number 10, 11, and 12. No, 11, 12, and 13 on the same video, just different versions of it.
And it irks me that YouTube, they put up rules about unfounded strikes, but they're not following through at all.
Oh, I know. See, I'm documenting this, and I found out the section that he claimed on that last video, and I put out another video talking just about that section, and he didn't claim that. So I'm going to take that section that he claimed that I redid and mix that back into the original video with some other stuff. And if he claims that, that's proof in the pudding of what he's doing. You're going to claim this section, and now if he claims a different section, that's just playing games.
Yeah. Or it's actually PayPal. Patty doesn't do the strikes. His mommy does the strikes.
Well, that's because he lost his ability. From what I heard, he was doing so many false strikes that he lost his ability. We might have to make her lose her ability to do strikes too. Smitty, what do you mean Patty's single now? Don't tell me he beat her away. Anthony, hey Anthony, jump on up here and say something good.
Hey, Anthony.
Anyway, Smitty, what are you saying? Patty's single now. Don't tell me she left him.
Well, she might have a brain cell after all.
I heard she had two. They just have trouble communicating.
Yeah, Patty himself is a questionable person that I'd want to have a child around, but he definitely hangs out with some folks.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Patty himself.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
Hey, Anthony. Want to have a child around, but he definitely hangs out with some folks.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You're echoing, Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, heck, I see what you mean about the headphones.
Hey, Renee. So what happened? What's going on, guys? What's up?
Oh, nothing. I tried to do this before, but instead of being in StreamYards, I was in Streamlabs, and I just was all confused.
Hey, man, it happens to the best of us.
Oh, yeah, it happens to the best of you. It happened to me, too.
Um,
I'm Hikari. I'm Hikari Ice Angel. I'm Anthony's partner. But I've been the bill that you were looking over.
HB11.
HB11. I shared the link for it not too long ago about it, and I've been looking at it. Last I saw, it was already at the first reading for the House over in Florida, because we live in Florida. We're in Orlando area.
Oh, okay. I'm in Tampa.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah,
actually,
we just moved from.
I
Ocala,
lived a mile from the base.
Oh, okay.
Literally just down from the gate, from front gate.
I was born in Tampa, so
Yeah, this one was
I'm
born
from
in Tampa.
Tampa.
Well, I'm over in the ghetto right by the Orient Road Jail.
Oh,
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I found that very interesting that Florida's the first state to try this, pretty much.
I believe so. I posted it into Artie's Corporate Fiction. I guess he looked at it and he basically said that it would matter on the wording of the bill and how they word it, and that would possibly be if it'll be constitutional or not, how they word it. Because I was looking at it.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I got to dance through. Now, Hank was saying, or a couple people were saying, that they're trying to get this going in a couple different states.
Oh,
the fact
Or versions of.
well, the fact that they're paying attention, because for a while I saw no attention of this being paid. I guess now, it now it's they're causing a problem, they're causing issues. We've seen them do that for a while now. But I guess at this point they're causing so many problems and issues that there needs to be a law about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I was going to interview my probation officer. I don't know if she was going to be ready on Monday because the county employees around here. Oh, yes, I'm on probation. Don't worry about it. I'll explain later. The county employees around here had special training for how to deal with. They have it listed as First Amendment auditors. She busted up laughing when I called them frauditors.
Yeah, I when I was working at a gas station not too long ago, we have a lot of corrections guys, a lot of cops come in. I always would ask them, hey, when you guys ever run into sovereign citizens or First Amendment auditors? And a few cops said yes, and one cop was like, no, I haven't run into one yet, but they do make us watch a video about them.
Yeah.
He's like, they do inform us about the sovereign citizens.
Oh,
what about the frauditors?
January 23rd, Arizona bill requires anyone filling the police to stand 15 feet away. So it's
15 feet, good.
Yeah, Arizona's doing it. It looks like this one's about the Florida bill. That's Florida.
Texas is working on one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that
They're becoming a nuisance.
They're becoming an issue. So they're like, we need to stop this.
They're becoming a nuisance.
Hey, Doug, sorry, we're live right now.
That's really all I can say. I'm not surprised that a bill like this has been thought of.
I posted a link.
Well, I'm a little surprised because the Supreme Court, I got a video up, the Supreme Court actually specifically chose not to rule on this.
That's very
well. What the frauditors like to quote is there was a I don't think it was the Supreme Court. I think it was one of the
lower
I
court.
think it was the district court or a state Supreme Court.
yeah, but 10 feet was mentioned in it,
Yeah,
but it wasn't saying 10.
You got to look into it, and I know what you're talking about. The ruling was a gentleman standing 10 feet away filming the cops that the cops did not know they were being filmed is allowed to film them.
I can hear you.
If they walk, the problem is they walk up and instantly jump into the cop's face. That's a totally different story. The ruling that ruling of 10 feet is the gentleman was standing 10 feet away and the cops didn't know he was there. That's the whole trick. It's not 10 feet. It's 10 feet staying quiet.
Internet God said the court said that 10 feet was enough in that specific instance.
Yes, in that instance only.
I think someone's going to definitely want to fight this bill on constitutional grounds in some way.
Oh, you know, they fight. They're out there fighting the Constitution on constitutional grounds. All right, how retarded is that?
The snake eating its own tail, essentially.
Yeah, I wish they get through it, and once they're halfway through, they usually die, and they need to get to that point.
They need to just
go away.
There's a few snakes that need to be snuck into some people's beds at night. I won't say who, but we all know who. So. Anyways,
No. We don't want to mention their names in here.
I'm kidding. Or am I?
I'm not.
Anyways, yeah, no, it's a lot of these guys. I had a conversation with someone about a lot of these guys just talk in circles. Like,
they do. If you watch them, they do.
If you just watch them, and you know what, it kind of struck my brain. I was watching the Hilligus trial that Law Talk's covering. That guy likes to speak in circles, just over and over and over. And in my head, I'm like, God, this sounds like a sovereign citizen and a First Amendment auditor.
I was about to say that's a sovereign citizen's way. Is just talk in circles, move the goalpost, and don't let the other person speak.
Right. Just
go ahead, Hank. Go ahead, News. Go ahead,
Jim, if you want. Anyway, they'll talk in circles. At one point, they'll say one thing, and 20 minutes later, they'll say the exact opposite and argue that point. Yeah. And then 10 minutes after that, they'll get back to the first point, argue the second point that they were arguing isn't valid because of, dude, make up your mind. Pick which way you want it and stick to pick any story and stick to it.
I was in debate, in high school, and they never once told you, just change your opinion every so often to confuse your opponent. No, stick to one fucking argument. You stick to that argument, and you make the best argument for that argument. You don't choose 9 different things and then you go with whatever sounds the greatest to you. That's not how debates or anything else really works.
Well, it's not even what sounds the greatest. It's what. Go ahead.
It might be helpful to change your wording on an argument, but
they don't do that.
Don't be debating apples and then start talking about oranges.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now I like when they're talking about apples and instead of oranges, they start talking about pineapples.
No, some of these guys start talking about apples and then they later start talking about Mars. So,
yeah.
Watch. So we've seen some sovereign citizens take some arguments in some very strange directions where it's like, wait, where did you even thought that up, dude? Like, what meth are you smoking? Because I want to make sure to stay away from it. Maybe they'll throw LIA down 2 flights of stairs.
Oh, he's being nice. I'd take him up at least to the 5th floor.
Oh, Long Island Audits. I haven't watched a video from him recently. The last one I watched from him, he was bugging a homeowner.
Well, Liar right now is going off on a tangent. He was down in Louisiana. He was asked to stop filming, refused. He was asked to leave, he refused, so they escorted him out the building. Minimal body contact, just to keep him moving. At no time did they impede him from being able to turn around and walk off as he was instructed. he chose to be walking backwards the entire time, filming them. So dumbass stumbled down a step and may or may not have twisted his ankle. And now he's making the claim that he was thrown down these stairs.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That they should have trespassed him from the building, which, asking you to leave, isn't that kind of the definition of trespass?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no, but guys, you have to
Trespassing,
remember.
being asked to leave and not leaving, that's trespass.
But remember, guys, we got to remember trespassing is a secondary crime. They got to be charged with the first crime first.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. Trespassing
No.
is a. If my 14-year-old can understand that trespassing is the crime, then some of these guys who are probably older than me can understand it.
Yeah.
Wait. Are we talking about age or mental capacity? Because that's two totally different things.
Good point,
A
because my
14-year-old mental capacity and a 14-year-old are two. No.
Well, I mean, giving these guys a 14-year-old mental capacity is giving them way too much. I like to usually stick around the 3 to 4-year-old range.
No. I did a video recently that somebody had at least a 3rd grade education.
Oh, wow. That's like a
He was
college
putting words
professor.
together. He was putting words together, and some of them actually made sense.
Look, their struggling of the English language makes me judge whether they can actually read, because half of them can't even speak English correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I had one of these guys when I watched, and I did a video on where I literally said that this guy makes me worry about our public school systems because he's learning this. I know he's probably learning this from YouTube, but someone at school did not pay attention.
Yeah, I'm just.
The kid must have slept through civics or whatever. But go ahead, Hank.
Well, no, go
I'm
ahead.
just waiting for an officer dealing with somebody like S. Elmo, and
God.
when he tries to talk loudly and over-talk him and not let him speak, I'm just waiting for one of them to tell him to shut the fuck up.
That's gonna be a beautiful video.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I got a question. Wasn't the law office of I'm a little teapot, short and stout, going after Long Island audits for something? I've been hearing somebody's making videos about them.
Legalized drugs.
Yeah,
the one that was trying to sue Schrodinger. He's been doing a back and forth with Liar.
Yeah, I've been kind of paying attention to that myself.
Yeah.
I just heard
Quite
about it. I might have to check it out.
Yeah, I
Yes.
would.
I prefer with Long Island audits to add a small lowercase r at the end of his acronym to complete it.
Yeah.
For retard?
No. To make his acronym Liar.
Liar. Because he's a fucking liar. Yeah, no, internet's been saying if Familia TV did some videos about him that was good stuff. That's actually not where I found him. I found him on other channels, but that's where I was like kind of digging into him a little more. But then when I watched the last video I watched him, he was bothering a homeowner, and I walked away from my computer. I was like, nope, this guy's he's out of control. He's out of control.
What's his name? I was just watching another content creator doing the Long Island audits. Just a second. KFAR.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He just did Long Island audits where
Today,
he was
right?
thrown. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually really good. I saw that. I gotta see it. Like, it's in my thing, in my queue. But I always love KFAR's videos. He does great work.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of KFAR, and a lot of Tone Over thinks it.
Yeah, same here. And I've been getting
Yeah,
into
sounds
Familia
good.
TV. I've been getting into Familia TV.
I've been watching him for a while.
There's a guy I just found. I don't know if anyone noticed him, but Patrick Ott, OTT.
I have not seen that one yet.
He's been doing videos about Glenn.
Really?
Yeah, his name's Patrick Ott. I watched one of his videos on Glenn, and his commentary was real good. His
I
commentary
have
was
to check
very
it
good.
out.
Yeah, absolutely. Patrick OTT. Actually, you know what, News? I'll send it to you in Discord. I'll send you the link to that video.
Okay.
Because it was
Pop it up
because
in
I had never
private
heard from
chat.
the guy. Oh yeah, absolutely. Hold on. Because I had never heard of the guy, and he, showed up in my according, because of the algorithm, he showed up on my screen one day, and I'm like, who is this?
I keep getting ones in my algorithm. I can't figure out why they send them to me.
Okay.
Sometimes I know why they do it because I've watched one of their videos and I think, oh, you watched this video, here's 1,000 more of their videos.
So he actually just did a video yesterday about Glenn's racist rant to that officer. He also did one on the soldier fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, in the post office?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one in the post office. Right now,
Okay.
I'm putting in this is the latest arrest when he was bothering Officer Ball.
Okay. You should be able to just put it up in the comments here if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Hold on. There, everyone go check this video out. It's awesome. Yeah, his name's Patrick. Yeah, good commentator. I liked his work. I was like, I don't know. I didn't even know if anyone even heard of this guy.
Yeah, that.
Well, they will after tonight if I got anything to do with it.
Yeah, that chief that Glenn was trying to fight, I sent him a couple of emails seeing if he was interested in an interview and never got any word back from him.
Yeah, a lot of people, once shit goes down, they don't want to go and rehash it because they're not sure, even though you're coming across differently. My probation officer, it's weird. I'm on probation, just to clarify for everybody. I got caught with my prescription medication in a state that doesn't honor that prescription. So I now have to take 2 random drug tests a month, and every time I walk into my probation officer, I smoke a joint on the way over there. I'll have it in my pocket, just stinking the whole place up, pee in the cup, and she has to mark down that I tested positive for THC and it's illegal for me and send it back to Georgia. And it pisses them off every time. You're on probation for marijuana and you got it in your system. Yep, I'll test me again in 2 weeks.
The beauty of the system. Yeah,
anyways, she subscribed to my channel and she watched some of my videos and she's still iffy about whether or not she wants to appear on camera. That's why I was trying to get somebody else to do something like this where she can get on and not just one-on-one. But it's probably going to be, I can set a camera down, record it, and then she's going to have to watch it and give me the okay of what parts I can use. But I'll take it if that's what I can get.
Yeah. And I've gone to a couple of post offices that got hit with that are in range of me to talk to the supervisors that they dealt with. A couple of them were willing to talk to me offline, but none of them willing to do any interview on camera.
Oh, keep on talking. I'm joking over here. Keep talking.
You're good. Yeah, what I would really like to do is interview a mental health professional. I would really like and show them a range of videos. A little bit of Glenn, a little bit of PayPal Patty, a little bit of Floyd, and get more of a mental sense of this guy, because that's where my interest about this whole thing lies, is what is in these guys' heads besides being stupid.
Too much empty space?
Yeah, YouTube has feng shuied way too much intelligence out of these people's heads. And I am going to put a part of it on fucking YouTube, and I'm sure it's also familial, because look at Glenn Serio's past. You could sort of understand why he's an asshole, because, well, his family wasn't exactly great. I don't get it, but I'm like, all right, you're a dick because your family was shit. My family was crap. It doesn't mean I go out and bother the world. But that's just him. What's Floyd thinking? What's in Floyd's head besides death?
Not even the Cleaver family was perfect.
Yeah, right. No, but no.
Wait.
Right.
Floyd's not even smart enough. Floyd was in my comments arguing with me about making a video about him. And 3 weeks later, I got in his room, and he didn't recognize my screen name and thought that the News Now enemy, because he's like, News Now, what's the enemy? What is that, some kind of city? And then when I explained it's New Media Entertainment, he thinks my channel's awesome. He thought that was the best name he ever heard. I'm like, wait, weren't you just bitching at me last week?
Yes, Script. Yes, Script does know that. I've been talking to her and having her on live streams recently and talking about it. But I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead, please. Sorry.
Yeah, no, if Script came by, she'd be up here in a heartbeat.
Oh, dude, I wanted her to. Was actually introducing my best friend, my in real life best friend, to Sopsits. Hank was there today, and I messaged Script and invited her to be a part of that panel because I wanted a little bit of like the medical psychological aspect, because that's my friend, that's what her background's in, and I figured she'll understand this a bit more if someone spoke to her in a language that she could understand it a bit better. You know, because the only thing I can tell her is these guys are assholes. You know, I can't give her a reason why or professional opinion, but she likes professional opinions. That's why I invited her in. She didn't have a chance to come. I'm gonna do it the next time. But Script is amazing. I love her to death.
Oh yeah. That was a subscriber special. I actually got her to read something for me because I just sounded retarded when I was reading it.
Yeah. She is a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. The auditors that can't understand what the enemy, they can't get the humor in this either. Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god. I love that meme. So funny. But like News Now, when you came into one of my live streams, what was like the first thing I said to you? News Now enemy. That is the best name I've ever heard. Because it really
not everybody gets it.
Yeah, and everybody in my panel who saw it, they're like News Now, and instantly got it, gotcha.
Some of these names you actually have to speak, and then you go, oh fuck, that's what they're doing.
You know, the play on words. You know,
it is. And even people like, I got a clip here from Team Skeptic when he first came across my name. Let's see, how do I do this? Right, how come this ain't working? Whoa, timeout.
You know, I have a sort of agreement with killing time. It is partially money. I'm about to pop. One moment, please.
Puff, pass. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale.
Schrodinger's in the chat right now.
Who's in the chat?
No, I'm queuing up an old video.
Excuse me.
Here we go. Team Skeptic when he first saw my name.
Yeah. Yes. Now, News Now enemy, or News Now enemy. Yeah, I like that. All right, News Now enemy.
You got to read it and speak it out loud before it clicks to a lot of people.
Oh yeah. It's a very clever name, sir. I wish I thought of it.
Well, I was out back when I was pissed off at the cops, of course. So I was out doing audits, trying to get the cops doing something wrong. But I knew how to act respectfully and see all these ass clowns yelling at the cops and then getting in trouble because they yelled at the cops. So I'll just stand there and not do anything, wait till they come up and start with me. Wasn't getting anything for views. Was watching Schrodinger pointing out what everybody was doing wrong. Everybody was saying they were looking for an auditor to do it right and never found one, and they never saw any of my videos. So okay,
So you used to be on the whole other side of the fence.
I was. A cop came up to me and asked for ID, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, you got ID? I'm like, yeah, I got a bunch of it. He goes, can I see it? And I showed him fingers on both hands.
I've actually
Oh, that's crazy. Wow. That to be honest with you, it gives me a much more greater amount of respect for you that you have essentially seen that the you've had the wool pulled over your eyes and you've been able to pull the wool off.
No,
I'm sorry. This whole thing was this. My father was an activist for a lot of years. None of this has to do with activism. It's all about money, and that bothers me because
Right.
activism has
For
nothing
them
to
it
do with
is.
money.
For them it is. I still go out and do audits, and because I used to do them, it's like the fake audits I did at UPS. Schrodinger did that one at the post office, so I did a fake one at the UPS I worked at. And people get in there and see me do that fake audit and put nasty, nasty comments in there about me harassing the people at UPS. But they don't watch the next video when I'm walking through the inside of the UPS showing all the trucks. And the only reason I got away with that is all the frauditors going around. They were coming around, a couple of them coming around Florida to UPSs. I'm like, you want some good footage? Try to beat this footage. These are the guys standing in the trucks loading them with packages everywhere.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Well, sir, like I said, I tip my hat to you. You know, it's interesting to see I got into this whole thing was for different perspectives because I only had my own. You know, so I always wanted to talk to other people about this whole thing. So it's cool to talk to someone who's, like I said, been on that other side of the fence.
There are actually auditors that do it right. There's more cop watchers that do it right.
See, I never thought of myself as an auditor. I thought more of a cop watcher. Like the one video where I was behind the cop that he was doing like 90, and so I was a quarter mile behind him doing 90, and he finally noticed me, slowed down, and got behind me and pulled me over. And as soon as he saw that I had a camera, his attitude totally changed.
Well, I lump frauditors as both bad cop watchers and bad auditors.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between an auditor and a cop watcher.
Yes, there is.
It's interesting. I mean, I ever since I started watching videos and stuff like that, my whole perspective has been, look, I'm not a fan of the cops' tactics. Okay, I've had bad interactions with police. I've had good interactions with police, and I also don't hold grudges. But a lot of these guys who harass, and it's absolutely harassment. They're holding a chip on their damn shoulder, and they need to get that chip off. Okay, I understand. Look, I understand that you had bad experiences with the police, but that doesn't give you the carte blanche right to go out there and harass not just with the police, but the general public. Because what really makes me angry is when they when they go to a post office and they're bothering people in line and the people at the post office. Those people, I understand that post office people are public servants, but that doesn't mean you get to bother them. That's a problem for me. I'm not totally pro cop. I'm anti-harassment, and I'm anti-harassment of all people because all people should be able to walk out their door without worrying whether some dick is going to throw a camera in their face and be a dick to them on purpose just for a reaction. That's all this ever was and ever is.
That's all it is. They're looking for a reaction. They don't care about anything but the reaction.
They want to be able to put Karen in big letters on the title of their video because they know a Karen video drags people in. They want to put tasered, and I got tasered, I got arrested in their video because they know those videos play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get some clickbaity videos out there. Yeah. But it's like News Now, Omaha, good old Floyd. Every single video has the same 7 keywords in it. And none of the videos have most of those keywords, but he puts those same 7 keywords in every video.
In my personal opinion, Floyd wants to die. He wants to get shot thinking he's going to live so he can sue the cops. That's really what's running in his head, but he wants to die. Secretly, somewhere in that subconscious of his, he wants to die.
I don't think he wants to die. He wants to get hurt and live so he can sue.
I don't know the way that video of him where he gets tased in front of the firehouse in Florida. It's just like when the cops got out and they're like, we were looking for a suspect, red jeans and red shirt and a jeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's apparently wearing the red shirt and jeans. in my head, that means he was listening in on something, heard a description, and made sure that he fit that description. Is it just me? Is it just me?
No, they made the description. That was him. They called him in looking exactly the way he was. He didn't dress up to meet anything.
No. There was actually another subject the police were already looking for before he started doing his audit that was wearing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm thinking he was probably listening to scanners, heard that description,
and made sure he fit it.
Every other video he does, he's always all in black. So now
I've seen him in Reddit a couple of times. Months ago. That's another outfit because he wears the red, so when he hides, he still stands out. So they see that he's trying to hide because that's part of he's trying to hide, and that is the extra thing to get the cops out. But he wants to be seen trying to hide.
Right. No, it's to me, the coincidence is. Sometimes I believe in coincidences, and sometimes I don't. And when it comes to these guys, I don't really believe in that. Because remember, they're trying to get the reactions, and they're going to do whatever they can to get that done. I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't. It would be a great. They're already looking for a black male in jeans and a red shirt. Not that hard to just pull that off so you get some attention, and then carrying the gun case just adds to the flavor.
Oh yeah, no, that was a rifle case all day long. It's a tripod case.
I saw the comments where they were like, "Oh, it's a tripod case." No, several channels pointed out that it was a very high-end gun case. Because he was dumb enough to leave the damn logo into his stupid video, like an idiot. Like I said, look, it's God. Sorry, I'm trying to calm myself down because these people they've angered me. They anger me. People like Floyd, people like Patty, people like Glenn. They anger me. Silence Boy
where he got the money
hurt me the most, really.
Yeah, that gun case when he was tasered. That's about a $200 gun case.
They're not cheap.
The one I'm thinking it is.
Me and Hikari Googled it. We Googled it, and they're not cheap. 200 is like the low end. They can go up for higher. They can absolutely go up for higher. It's not a cheap case. And once again, it's like the same problem I have with TSS and that stupid $2,500 bike of his. Where did you get that money?
Oh,
you didn't pay that money.
Yeah, my drag bag for my tactical rifle, it's not even a hard case. It was $800.
That's a lot. Yeah, it's. I kind of wish some people would look into the financials of these guys.
Well, considering the finances of what it's carrying and protecting, it's worth it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, absolutely. Hold on, I'm gonna go and have me a cigarette and gotta drag my laptop with me.
Oh, having to go outside to smoke. I used to have to do that.
I'm not in my own home at the moment, so.
Oh,
but I mean, even if I was, I wouldn't smoke inside because I just don't. Oh, God. All right. Drag my happy ass all the way outside. All right. Reminds me of Monty Python. Those who can not be seen.
Those who what?
Yeah, Smitty reminds me of Monty Python. Those who can not be seen. Anyways, but yeah, no, this is fun.
Yeah, this ain't bad. I appreciate you guys stopping by.
Yeah, this whole conversation, really, really enlightening, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. I'm going to let you guys go because Artie's Corporate Fiction is having a stream. I wanted to check it out. I had no idea I was going to even jump up here, but dude, I'd love to talk to you more, man. I'd love to pick your brain more if you'd be interested.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome. And Hank, I love talking to you, dude. I'm going to be having another live stream with Ali again sometime soon. So.
Okay, I might stop by and be brave enough to jump up there and I know that this works.
Oh, dude, you're always invited, man.
I'm contemplating doing a late night stream tonight. I don't know though.
Well, let me know if you do. I'll jump in.
It depends on how I feel. If I'm dragging ass when it comes,
everyone's
I don't want to start it until like 11 o'clock or so.
Yeah, everyone's been kind of like, I was thinking about having one at like 10 or 11, but I'm not really that sure. But if you have one, I'll definitely jump in.
Well, if I see anybody pop up and I'm still awake because I got to get to bed. Oh no, actually, I ain't got to work tomorrow. Shit, I'm staying up all night. That's right.
Who's out? I didn't add you to my Discord, have I?
I have no idea. I don't do Discord often, so if I
might have.
The other day I got into it for some reason, and before that I hadn't been to anything Discord in like 2 months.
All right.
But hit me up in my email. I check that a whole lot more often.
Yeah, I sent you one, so my name should be in there.
Yeah, I got that.
All right, dude. All right, we'll see you guys later.
All right. I'm going to get out of here soon. First, I'm going to, a bunch of people asked exactly what the game is, because in my videos, I always like breaking copyrights, putting up those game clips. And everybody asked what exactly it means. Well, other than the fact that the fraudsters are out there just playing games, the whole point of the game is to not think of the game.
I just thought of the game. Anyone know what the game is? Where it's like the whole point of the game is to not think of the game. It's been months. And also, you're welcome, everyone who plays the game. Also, if you don't play the game and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you are now playing the game whether you like it or not. The idea is that you don't think of the game. Every time you think of the game, you have to announce it to those around you, much like I've done right now.
Wait, whoa!
All I'm doing now is thinking of the game.
Whoa! What the
And now that everybody in here is thinking the game, I'm going to let you have some good thoughts about it. Hank, thanks for stopping by. Everybody in my live chat, thanks for stopping by. I love each and every one of you. Y'all have yourself a wonderful evening.
Thanks for having me on, man.
All right, Hank, thanks. Bye. Killing Times. Oh, that's right. I know how much you love that. Oh, wait. Smitty. What's going on there, Smitty?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, come on, stop on by. Say something good.
I don't know if it's good. I'll say something.
Well, it's not going to be anything worse than we've been saying so far.
I mean, what can you say about these people? I mean, you know, if I had that much free time and I could walk, I wouldn't be doing that.
Oh, no, definitely.
I
can't say that because I didn't go out. I think only a couple nights I spent the entire night going out and looking for cops, but usually it's just when I stumble across them. It's like the one where the county or the county sheriff deputy told the state trooper to shut up. I was driving home from work and I needed to make a left there, and there was a bunch of lights, so I parked and got out and filmed it. But these guys that just drive around and that's their whole life.
Yeah, I mean, to each his own. You know, I mean, there's so many other hobbies that are pointless that don't hurt anybody.
Right.
You know, what I don't understand is if I had one thing on my record, I would not be hanging around cops to make my record longer. I've had a clean record my whole life. I keep it that way. I don't like bad cops. I mean, who does? I mean, you're just wrong and everything, but a cop saved my life. So,
growing up, I don't have any. Well, I don't have any actual cops in my family, but as far as for law enforcement and everything else, I got a couple of DAs, a state's attorney, two of my cousins in Chicago were running the maintenance department for the Chicago Police Department. Now, you want to know somebody who has power with the police department? The guy that fixes the air conditioner. He can get any cop to do anything.
Yeah, because now some of these air conditioners, you can shut up a room from your home.
Yeah, well, this was back in the 90s, so they couldn't do
they
that.
didn't have that back then.
But yeah, I mean, if something didn't work, at the police station, these are the guys that called. My one cousin Jeff actually, when they redid the 911 building and condensed everything together, he was running that building from the time that it opened, keeping everything working.
I mean, if you sign up to be a fireman, you know you're gonna get burns or hurt. You sign up to be a cop. Not everybody can be a cop. It's like not anybody can do construction. So, yeah, they're making a lot of money, and yeah, they get egos. But at any time, they did, die. I mean,
yeah,
they got a better chance of dying than me and you.
Yeah, I got videos. I got the one from Ham Banana where the guy pulled over, and before the cop, it's like the cop opened the door, the guy opened the door and turned around and started shooting.
Well, did you see that one? I don't know, about 2 months. No, it was last year when they had the car stopped on the highway, and the cop went to go get the one guy out, and they had like M16s or something, so they shot all the cops, and they shot the big.
In that gold car, right?
Yeah.
The guy jumped out. It looked like an Uzi or something.
Now picture that on the street, and a frauditor over there with a camera, right in the sidewalk, right up by the car. You're dead.
Oh, definitely. No, they ain't shit. That'd be the first one I shot at.
And you ain't gonna die a hero. The biggest thing you got, you filmed your own death. I don't know, to each his own, but I just think it's a waste of time. It's a waste of...
It's a waste of their life.
It is just so, it's screwed up. I mean, I come from a different generation. We didn't have cameras, thank God. For the stuff I did when I was a kid and teenager.
No, go ahead. Do tell.
But we didn't treat the cops like that. Actually, we were long-haired hippies, Cop pulled us over, we were cool to him, and he was cool to us.
Yep. Hey, Ham Banana.
I was drunk. I was drunk. I should not have been driving.
Hang on one second, Smitty.
Right.
Ham Banana. Are you talking about the Earl David Warden, the Ring of Fire? Oh, it burns, it burns. Is that the one you're talking about? Go ahead, Smitty.
Cop pulled me over, and my buddy was scared because he had weed. I had we were both drunk, and I talked to him nice, gave him my ID. I'm on our way. I mean, that's all you gotta do.
Oh yeah, I've gotten away with so much. What do you think you have
ID for? I mean, why do you think you have a driver's license? It's like people saying you can't vote. I mean, because you can't get an ID. I mean, come on. I don't know. I raised myself. I've been on my own since I was 13. So I raised myself in my own ways, and it may not be right, but it's nowhere near what these guys are doing. You're messing up their lives.
Yep.
Ass Elmo and all them, they think they're the Menudo 2.0 or there's some, and all they do is smoke pot. I mean, and they think it's funny.
And they think everybody knows them.
Well, every video 5 times, we got 2,000 or 2 million or whatever billion people on social media, look us up and all that, and then you go to his live chat and there's 100 people in there.
If that.
But they're making $300-400 a live chat because these people are throwing money at them.
Yeah, the fucking live streams and the tips and the pay. Oh, hey everybody, PayPal me at News Now Enemy.
I mean, I'm
At
watching it for free to make a moron out of himself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, I mean, and I wonder, and I found out in one video, Asamoah's almost 40 years old. He looks like he's 13.
No, he acts like it.
You know, he's got a little head and a big hat. I don't know. And then the whisk, I mean, and they got that big goon with them.
Hey, Hand Banana, I know you got a microphone.
Who is Hand Banana?
He's another content creator.
Nice to meet you, Hand Banana. I know nothing about you. I'd like that. See, a banana is what Tyrant Slayer Studio should walk around with.
Yeah, no doubt.
Somebody needs to make in their merch a mug with two handles, his ears and his face in the middle.
Oh damn, that'd be funny. I don't know how to get a mug with two handles. That's got to be
sure they can
special
make
order or
it.
something.
Yeah, everything's possible. I mean, that guy. We don't know what their upbringing was, and you know what? YouTube, everybody's trying to be the next ninja in gaming, and I watch a lot of streamers. I'm a gamer. Everybody's trying to make looking for that easy buck. I understand.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I didn't have an easy buck. The easy buck was go out and work.
Shit, when I was growing up, the easy buck was getting a paper route. That was it. Paper route.
I had one of those.
McDonald's.
I used to shovel snow. I used to go cut people's grass. If they had a mower, I said, I'll cut your grass, $5. And then, these were little push mowers. I mean, actually, I had one. I used to do it with I had one too. The round blade, you push it back and forth.
Yeah, with the rotary blades where the pushing the wheels got the blade spinning.
And if it wasn't working good, you had to sharpen the blade.
Oh, and you didn't have. There was an adjustment on mine that you'd have to adjust it like twice a day.
Nah, I had to sharpen the blade. But I mean, that's what I did. I went out and worked because I didn't come for no money, and I wanted stuff as a kid. BMX bikes were my thing back then. Hell, I couldn't get on one now. I'd break it. But, I was all into that freestyling and all that. And all my buddies, they had parents, and that's when people had two parents. I was the only one in my school, I think, at the time that was with a single mother. That was like unheard of back then. They make fun of you for that back then.
Yeah, now in my school there were a few people. Couple of my best friends, their parents were divorced. But I remember growing up in Chicago. Don't talk about shoveling snow. Oh my gosh! And again,
I'm from Jersey, so
now then
when those nor'easters came in.
Hey, killing time. Thanks for passing through.
I mean. I'm home I don't leave my house because I got nowhere to go. I wish I could work. That's what kills me too. These people got all their limbs are moving because they're walking around. All right. But they have all these disabilities. Okay. All of a sudden when you get arrested.
Oh, they're fine until they get arrested.
And that's disrespectful to the handicapped community, I guess. If you're using a disability and you don't have it,
that's just disrespecting the disabled. Have a good night there, Hand Banana.
I mean, I'm going on 4 years waiting on disability. I went through a state course where North Carolina is the worst to have disability, of course. I went through a course by the state. They see if they can find you a job. I didn't even make it past the second interview. The lady said, I'm closing your case out. There's nothing you can do. There's no place I can send you to that we deal with. I got used to one hand and my one leg. I had a stroke.
That's it. Sorry to hear that.
That's all right. I'm not looking for sympathy. I mean,
No, my wife had a stroke. She lost total use of the lower half of her body for about a year and a half, and then she had a mini stroke. And she got the use of her lower extremities, but then lost control of the left side of her face and her balance.
Yeah, mine's on my left side. I mean, my face still goes numb. My arm is numb and swollen. I can move my fingers, and on the hand. I can walk with a cane. I can't bend a leg like I'm supposed to. It's more like if you stepped in dog shit,
Yep.
kind of thing, and you're trying to get it on the carpet. My hand. I had to learn how to. I mean, I'm a long-time gamer since the Atari. I had to learn how to get away from first-person shooters, get back to the old school Final Fantasy and turn-based because I can use my right hand. Now, I did get it. Buddies of mine had a thing for me and got me this special controller where you can use your foot in place of the left thumbstick on the PlayStation.
Oh, nice.
I could not get used to that. It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
when
if I can
you
do
know that thing where you slap your head and rub your stomach and you try to switch and you can't. It's like everything's on the one side. I can't.
Yeah.
Hey, James Bond, how you doing? I don't know. I had to give up a lot of things and change a lot of, but I just, like I said, I'm not doing this for anything. I'm just telling my story because I got nobody else to tell it to. Everybody else I know knows it already. There's nothing to tell. That's what bothers me is when they bring up, oh, I got a broken shoulder, oh, I got a broken arm, I got maybe. I mean, Patrick's gonna look 12 when he's 60.
Oh my God, PayPal Castrato.
It's like Benjamin Button.
Man, he has such a problem. He got to puberty and it just went into a holding pattern.
I mean, I never thought I'd see a live living, can't think of his name now from the show. That's another thing, memory problems.
I've listened to him yelling
Let
at
go of my
cops.
purse. What's his name? Let go of my purse.
Can't
think of his name.
I can't think of his name either.
Help us. Bobby Hill. That's it. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I got it.
Yeah.
The person that did Bobby Hill's voice was a female.
That's okay. I've heard old Patty calling the cops, complaining about stuff, and the cops saying, ma'am, I can't understand you. Ma'am, slow down.
Yeah, well, Patty's available, women, ladies, if you want to try.
Selena scooted. She moved on from what I heard.
Yeah, well, I seen it in one of Earl. I was lurking in one of Earl's bragging.
Thank you so much, James Blonde. You are the first super chat I've got in my life. Ring a bell. I don't have a bell. Somebody get a bell.
James Blonde, you are awesome.
Holy cow, I wasn't going to do this, and I screwed up the first stream. I came back, and I actually stuck around long enough to get my first super chat. I got to save this video. This is, it's a milestone for me.
Hey, and I was here. Wow.
Yeah, there you go. No way, yeah. My first super chat ever.
Right after I start talking, hey, we're
dude, if you didn't, it's all because of you. If you didn't show up, I was saying my goodbyes, and then you popped up, and I put you in here, and we've been going since.
Yeah, I said, I got tired of typing because I'm not a typer. Like I said, I'm old school.
Yeah, I can't type anything.
I'm a talker.
That's why I like getting on here to talk.
And I'm a talker, so.
See, I'm not a talker, but if I get high and I got a bunch of people that I know, I can just babble and not worry about it because I don't think I'm ever going to.
Yeah, you bothered me a little bit, both of you guys, and Anthony over there smoking. I was like, I need brownies.
Oh, my bad. You can hear that, can't you?
I can't smoke anymore because I smoke cigarettes. And I was smoking for after I got through that whole thing where, I thought maybe they were going to find me a job. I'm like, I was sitting home like, hey, I can smoke now. I'm not going to work, but I may go to work. So I'm like, all right, got to stay good. And then once I found out I can't work anymore, and my doctor even said, if you can get it, go ahead. Yeah. I'm like, all right. Well, my doctor said, not in writing, but that's all. You really didn't have to tell me anything. So I started smoking, and one day I passed out because I was coughing so hard. Yeah.
See,
the worst part of it was I knocked my table over with my weed on it.
Oh, damn.
I got a scraped forehead, bleeding, and I'm worried about the weed on the floor. I was like Hunter Biden with his Parmesan cheese.
Oh, yeah. No, he gets down in the carpet with a straw and starts sucking anything out.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to go that route. But, North Carolina, what kills me, Jersey's, it's somewhat legal now. You can grow plants and everything. I said, go figure.
Well, for me down in Florida here, because I have my medical card, I can legally grow 12 vegetative or 6 flowering plants, which is the only thing I can afford to smoke because I can grow it out in my backyard.
What was those numbers?
12 vegetative or 6 flowering.
I think it's, I could be wrong. I think it's 6 medical and then 4 that, the other.
Recreational?
I think it's yours. Yeah, you're allowed at one time.
Where are you at?
I got to talk to my buddy. Well, no, that's New Jersey. I'm in North Carolina. They just sort of got a bill going, which will probably take another 4 years. I'm not waiting for it because, I don't need it. But, it's going to be medical, medicinal, and it's very limited.
Okay, because I'm in Florida.
Well, I'm not saying I can't get this stuff. I mean,
yeah. No, I can get on the street, but I mean, in Florida, if you have, it's illegal. It's still totally illegal unless you have your medical card. One of the clauses of having a medical card is you can grow 12 vegetative or 6 flowering plants, but that's in Florida. But like I said, I'm currently on 6 years probation for having my prescription medication in a state that doesn't allow that prescription.
Yeah, I mean, I remember getting pulled over. See, because New Jersey had 2 plates, and when I moved down here in North Carolina, you only had the back license plate. I went back to New Jersey, and a cop pulled me over saying it was trying to give me a ticket for no front plate. I said, do you realize I'm not from this state? It's in North Carolina. They don't have 2 plates. Oh, that's ridiculous. This is before, smartphones when you could look it up.
Yeah,
he had to call the dispatch, and somebody looked it up and said, yeah, 1 plate.
I believe in Howard Heights, Illinois. I grew up in Chicago, right on the corner. My dad worked for the city. We had to live in the city proper, but I was 6 houses away from Howard Heights. Howard Heights is the worst. You can rob a bank in Howard Heights as long as you don't speed when you're leaving. But 1 mile over the speed limit, you're getting a ticket. And you think I'm joking. Somebody robbed Parkway Bank and got away on a 10-speed bike. The cops were looking for a car that was speeding away. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, they pulled my uncle over, and he was in the Air Force, and I think he was from New Jersey, maybe not. I know he only had the rear license plate on his car, and they were giving him the same shit about not having a front license plate. And actually, he got to the point he didn't want to argue. He's like, you know what, write the ticket, whatever. Wrote the ticket and showed it to everybody. 2 days later, his commanding officer or not his commanding officer, but some superior officer was in the Howard Heights Police Department with the ticket, asking him what the hell their problem was.
Wow.
He walked in. He's like, okay, and it just he came in with everything he needed. This is the this is the law. This is this, and this is this, and this is his car, and he's not going to be in town during the court date. He's getting deployed. You got a problem with it? Let me know now. And he got thrown right out.
That's how my uncles were. Was because the town, the town I lived in, the judge used to be my family's lawyer, so there was a conflict of interest. So every time one of my two uncles had to go to court, they had to show, because they always got caught in town, because that's where, so they had to go show up, and then he had to send them to the town over, and there was always a little note in there. And this before, this is going back in the 70s, 80s, before the strict drunk driving rule.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hang on a second. James Blonde, I am so glad you stopped by. Thanks for checking out my show. And
she's awesome.
I hope you had a good time while you were here. I had a good time while you were here. Thanks for being here.
Leaving? Don't leave.
Yeah, she got to go to bed. Smash that like button. And if you don't want to hit the like button, just hit that dislike button. Just make your opinion count. And actually, with the algorithm in YouTube, it doesn't matter which button you push, it promotes it equally. And now that you can't see the dislikes.
It's 8:30. Where you at? Well, I can understand. I go to bed I sleep like a cat.
Well, when nights I got to work the next day, I'm usually getting in bed about now. So I can see that. Depends on when you got to work.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got my driver's license in Howard Heights, I was driving up to the Kmart, and I got pulled over on the way up to the Kmart because he said I looked too young and didn't believe I had a driver's license. 45 minutes later, driving home from the Kmart, I got pulled over by the same cop for the same reason. I'm like, dude, didn't we just go through this? Well, I need your driver's license, blah, blah. I don't know if, dude, didn't we just go through this? But their main source of income is...
Yeah, you pulled over my twin brother a little while ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember growing up, a friend of mine had an Uncle Pete. He's a cross between Willie Nelson and Tommy Chong. He always walked around with two Budweiser tall boys, one open, one closed. Always. Well, one day we got in the car with him. And apparently he was speeding. I don't know. I was like 14. Cop pulls him over. Says to him, where's the fire, buddy? And then asks for his stuff. And he says, officer, how many people have you pulled over for speeding today? He says, you're the third one. He said, you still haven't found the fire yet?
That was good.
We had to walk 7 blocks home.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They went Uncle Pete's car in a tow truck.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, he let him keep his beer. The unopened one. I was surprised.
I see that.
Yeah, so different world we live in. I haven't been affected by this whole 2-year cluster.
Oh, me personally, I've been loving it so much. You have to remember, working for UPS, when the lockdowns first happened, the Department of Homeland Security designated every UPS employee as critical infrastructure.
Until you're not.
What do you mean until I'm not? Until the pandemic's over, or until I don't work for UPS anymore? Yeah, same thing. Doctors, nurses, UPS employees, because of the package deliveries, they want everybody to stay home. You couldn't stop me from being out 24/7.
But I'm in North Carolina. I'm in a rural. I got cows behind my house. So, and I never had a problem with anything. I'm so isolated. But talking to my friends that's still in Jersey, there was a problem. I don't have to deal with that anymore, you know. So I wasn't affected, but you know,
Yeah, well, different people and different.
I never had it.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm in Tampa. So
Well, you got Ron DeSantis there, so you're
yeah,
you know, it's
not bad.
down here. Don't want to get you demonetized because you already made a super chat. I don't want to ruin that.
If I get demonetized, they take that back. I thought that was just commercials.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Like
I thought I don't know. I don't know. I just actually about a month and 5 hours ago is when I became monetized.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah. January 12th. Thank you. And I'm still trying to figure out what all of it means and how to figure it all out.
Going good.
Yeah, I'm finally figuring out how to get my videos up to have them monetized right off the bat.
Dude, I never would have got as far as you. I haven't touched a computer. I got a tablet and a phone, and that's as far as I go. I just got into Discord 3 days ago.
Okay. Yeah, I played with that a little bit, and it would probably be good to promote my channel, but I'm
still finding my way around there. I found that I thought I was responding to somebody, and I was just I didn't tag them or so. I don't know. Yeah. You know, it's because I had this thing. She seems to be in everybody's chat because I got a friend of mine. Son's best friend, he's a fire, and he does these 8x10, anything you want an 8x10 does. It's called Laser Brain Creations on Facebook. You know, anybody wants to look him up. But the reason why I wanted to get in touch with Miss Mandy, or if anybody here is listening, for Schrodinger's cat, the guy makes dog tags. He'll put anything on a dog tag. He'll put anything on. He makes the custom license plates. Okay. The possibilities are endless. And I was thinking, and I got an 8x10 photo of the 18 van, and with $8. $8. So I don't know. I don't know what the dog tags go for. Even if the 2 dog tags go for $8. You know, some people can sell it as merch and give the profits to Schrodinger's son.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people would, you know, I'm assuming. So I was just trying to, you know, that's why I got in Discord. Because people are on, I wrote my first email. I don't get into it. You talk to me about a game system, I'm on board.
Okay, see, I'm not that big into games. I still play a couple, but I just don't have time for anything. And the YouTube stuff, because I can edit a half a video and then cut back to it 2 days later and play with it again, and it's not a time crunch as opposed to being up on it and having to keep going. I've always found that social media is if you turn it off for 2 days, people complain that you've been gone for 2 days.
Yeah. I mean, I see that happen with streamers, you know. They got to put out a memo. Hey, I got something to do. I won't be streaming for 2 days. Right. Because then everybody gets mad. Where'd you go? You know, it's like, you know, I don't.
I do have a life outside of YouTube.
Huh?
I do have.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, now I understand. Yeah, I mean, you know, I work, I sleep. You know. I mean, I have all the time in the world.
We're not going to mention.
Well, I have all the time in the world. All my buddies, you know, they still got families, you know, kids. They're doing kid stuff, and you know, so the chatting and all that is scarce and, you know, spread out. A conversation will take like 3 days, you know, and text and all that. And I forget what we were even talking about by the second day. I got to go back and refresh. But that's just how the world we live in.
Yeah, it is.
You imagine if the internet went out, there'd be
Nobody would know what to do.
Us. Where nobody had internet.
And nobody would know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I'd be lost. Because I don't pay for TV. I'm on my daughter's HBO and Hulu, and I'm on a buddy of mine's Netflix. So I got,
Yeah, I don't even have any of those. I got the bargain basement for welfare internet, and that's it.
Well, the internet, my internet is hit or miss. It's doing pretty good today. The internet stops at my street. Now there's streets past my street. Those people do not have internet.
Oh, no doubt.
Unless they get that HughesNet or whatever. And I looked into that, and that's like $200 a month. I'm like, I'll stick with AT&T's $70 a month.
Oh, wow.
You know,
I got
and that's
I
scary.
got Spectrum for like $19.95 a month.
It was good in the beginning. I could play Call of Duty online on a PS3. My daughter can be on a computer. A laptop can be on. No problem. Now, it's like, I got to watch TV. All right, I'll shut some stuff down. Put a little power to the TV. Because I like to fall asleep with TV, and I hate when it buffers. But, yeah, well, Well, now you know how to do it next time.
Yeah, definitely. Use the right program.
Yeah, I guess that helps, right?
And Streamlabs, when you're trying to run Streamlabs and you're not running Streamlabs things don't work over there.
Yeah, all I know is that's something you have to pay for. It's all I know about it, and it connects you.
Oh, no, wait, hang on. See, that's where I'm confused. This is StreamYard. I was running I got to delete that. So I knew I wanted to stream something, and I was running Streamlabs, and this is StreamYard. StreamYard I know how to do.
I wanted to stream, and I asked this one streamer, what do you need? I got a PS4. Oh, you got to do this, and I'm like, nah.
All right, I don't think I'm going to make that mistake again because I just deleted it from my computer.
Hey, nobody's perfect. No, at all. I watched the best one I watched today. I missed yesterday. I got to rewatch the replay of Blue Bacon tearing apart that 14th Amendment auditor, the guy in his RV.
Uh-huh.
The one that dissing the big cat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen him, the redheaded beard. He's got a long name. Blue Bacon just did a whole 2-hour thing on him yesterday because he called Blue Bacon Blue Bay KKK and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lives in an RV in Virginia. Oh, he's a piece of work. You may want to look at some of his videos. You can have fun there. Unclean Hands did one finally in that Robert West, the one where he peed on the cop car.
Oh yeah, I seen that one.
That's Glenn 2.0. Guy don't even move and he breathes heavier than Glenn. Something going on in Oregon, Washington over there. Weird going on over there.
Well, it's that Mount St. Helens dust everybody was breathing in. Now nobody can breathe.
Yeah, maybe. Enjoy. I watch both sides. I'll watch, the original video and then everybody's version of it. I've watched Glenn Serio when he got arrested 2 times.
Yeah, his commentary is funny.
Oh, I watched, everybody's. That video was gold. He is self-destructing and before our eyes. And I don't want to see him go to jail. I've been kind of lost. He hasn't put anything out. He's recycling old videos, because he knows he messed up.
Oh yeah, and since he's got something real going, he can't pick up anything else.
I mean, just think when he was begging Luna for $200, they got him for pulling his fingers out of his jacket. He knows he's on the watch list. I didn't know he threatened him with a gun about buying a gun or whatever. But they picked him up for that. He videotaped himself not on public property in the flower bed, peeping on that woman that's got to be a charge.
Yeah,
and
so.
Then the abuse of 911.
Oh, they all love doing it. They got to crack down on that more.
I dialed 911 when I was a kid because I wanted to see. And boy, did they cop rip me a new, I was 7.
I was fighting with my sister one time. I dialed 911 and I said, "Do you want me to talk to the police?" And then I hung the phone up. Do you know how fast cops were there and how much trouble I got in?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got the riot act. I was crying. And,
I was grounded for like 3 years, or it seemed like.
It's like the guys who drive around with their whole collection, their bong and their weed. All right, in a car that's not even legal, and then you get pulled over.
Oh, you're profiled me. No, yeah, I profiled you. You had a vehicle that was not up to standards and violated the law. That's how I profiled you.
And now I found the weed. Now I found the guns, and now you're going to argue with me for 20 minutes. It's like, what? It's like cops, You see this on Cops, and when they do the high-speed chase, you're not getting away.
No, you ain't.
You're either going to crash and die.
1 in 1,000 get away, and that's usually because the cops decide to back off because we know who you are and where you are.
Yes, I when Live PD was still on, I learned some states, towns have ordered if it's raining or the ground's wet, let them go.
Yeah, you don't. We're going to see it again.
Well, you're not going to take out a family of 4 for some moron.
Right.
You'll get them another day. As long as you got the plate, that's all you need, really,
And it's not the cops, for the most part, putting everybody else at risk. It's the person they're chasing and end up crashing.
Yeah. I mean, law is common sense. Don't break it. You may not agree with it, and if you don't agree,
you want to change it, get elected.
With it, do something to change it. I don't feel the need to do anything. I'm fine. I'm not bothered by any law. I mean, I live in an area.
Well, I'm bothered by a couple right now. Right now, I can smoke as much weed as I want, but if I went to the corner and bought a beer right now, I'd be breaking the law.
Weed. I mean, it should just be. Come on. Nixon started that, I think.
Because I got my medical card, I can smoke as much weed as I want, and I pissed dirty for the tests in Georgia. I still pass them in Florida, but I'm on probation, so I can't have a beer.
But you should not have to jump through all these hoops to smoke, or there's so many different ways now to gummies and brownies and. I mean, they didn't have that. I mean, I had brownies when I was a kid, but not the way they are now. I mean, my buddy of mine went to California. Well, a friend of mine from New Jersey, he's part owner in a farm in Oregon, and they have one in Oklahoma where it's legal. Mm-hmm. And I'm 50. He's the same age as me, and I've known him since we were 16, and he's never stopped smoking. And he's not. You would never know if you talked to him. He don't have that teaching, he ain't like that. But he made a business out of it now. But he had to jump through hoops and, legalize it. There's people going to jail for weed longer than people are going to jail for pedophile. being a pedophile.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with that picture? You know, and the news makes it always sound bad. Well, he murdered the guy, and he shot him with a gun, and we found a little weed on him. He stabbed the guy, and we found a little weed on him. Like
the weed's the problem. I got 6 years probation. I got 6 years probation for a little bit of weed, and less than an ounce. I don't know who that was, but he came by and said hi and left. Anyway, I'm on probation for 6 years for weed. Earl raped somebody in 1985, got convicted in 86 to 10 years. Got out in 96. In 98, he got convicted of doing it again and only got sentenced to 5 years. How did he get 5 years for raping somebody for his second rape conviction, and I got 6 years for smoking a fucking plant?
Let's put it this way. I think we should live by the law. You abuse a child, an elderly person, or an animal. If you rape a woman or a man, I mean, you know, that can go that way too.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all right. If you do harm like that, because that it's not like you stole my car and, you know, weed is a victimless crime. I mean, it's not hurting anybody. You know,
for the
you most pull over in front of a bar, the guy comes walking out drunk, and meanwhile you're getting pulled over for a joint, and he's getting in his car to go drive.
Some people smoke weed and can't function. Some people drink alcohol and can't function.
Some people just can't function and they take no drugs. Look at Glenn Zario.
Well, that's besides the point. That's why you can't make that illegal, but they make the marijuana illegal because some people can't function on it. They should make life illegal because Glenn Zario can't function on it.
You can go to your, but are you going to abuse pills that are prescribed to you? Right?
Oh, you can be loaded up all you want on prescription pills. And somehow being intoxicated to the point where you can't function on prescription pills is supposed to make it okay because it's the prescription pills that has you not functional. Well, that's okay, but if you're not functional, don't drive a car non-functional. Doesn't matter what you're on.
I mean, we know our laws are messed up, all right? There's no arguing that at all. Nobody's arguing that. But, you know, you like these frauditors do, like what is that Jeremiah, that 5 foot little guy. He's got a, you know, what bothers me is, okay, Elmo don't have any kids that I know of, that, you know, no wife or nothing getting involved. All right, kids are not being hurt. You got, you know, broken system, broken trust. He's spending more money getting forms than what his ticket was. And what he could have got a license for. Now he's shoveling snow because he can't drive. I used to do snow. There's more money sitting behind the driver's seat plowing than there is shoveling the walk.
Oh, yeah. No, I've driven a snow plow up in Chicago. Well, in the suburbs at least.
If you're driving that truck, you're making more than the guy shoveling the snow.
I had an 81, when I had that plowing job, I came up with an 81 Jeep CJ7 four-wheel drive with a plow on the front of it. I was making so much money on the side, just driving down the street. People, hey, do my driveway. How much for my driveway and do it in front of my house?
Yeah. I mean,
shit, I'm just on my street alone because I plow from the end of my block to the main street at the end, at the other side. People would come by and just throw money in the mailbox for me. Okay, I'd come out and I'd see envelopes stuffed under the windshields with 20s in it.
Let's put it this way. Where I live, if I get when I used to get, 4 inches of snow in New Jersey, you ain't calling into work. You ain't calling. School's still going on. Okay? 4 inches of snow here, take a day to get out. They don't plow my street. We don't have that here.
Oh, I was worried the other day because I went out to go to work and there was a layer of ice on the windshield of my truck. I'm in Florida. I'm like, what the hell's going on with this? I have to sit for 5 minutes. The trucks are going before I can drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
I
was
see these
looking
people
across the streets because
driving with snow in their car
oh
on the
yeah.
roof.
Well, I was guilty of that because I'd wipe off the little spot
You
right
get
in
open
front
doors
of
now.
my face, and then hope I drive fast enough that it all blows off, and eventually the windshield wipers start working.
Yeah, but then it blows on the person behind you,
Well, their windshield wipers are already working, so I'm not worried about it.
and that can to each his own, I guess, with that, you know. But like I said, with these people, that they act like the law's out to get them, but you're creating your own drama.
Right.
I just watched you, like that Universal, that big goon that's with Ass Elmo when he pushed that security
Oh yeah, I don't know
guard
who
around
that
like
was.
a 2-year-old touching everything.
Uh-huh.
He's Universal. He's with Ass Elmo and Witch Boy.
Mhm.
He got arrested. You know, don't worry, Papa. Wait, look, I didn't ask you. You put the video up here and show me. You got arrested. Deal with it. And don't deal with it. They get this bail money and they get it back. Did they give it back to the people that loaned it to them? No. It's a cash grab like Ped Pal Patty. How you
Oh yeah.
think he got?
I'm
What is he? 25 years old. My daughter's older than him.
Oh, Patty, I thought he was closer to 30. But no, they'll go out, they'll get arrested, so that way they need bail money, and
30.
then they get the bail money and they put 10% of their bail up and keep the rest. But then when they go to court, I got a $2,000 fine and a bunch of, you got to give me $2,000 for my fine. You get the $2,000 for the fine, but you get all the bail money back. Do you hang on that for next time you get arrested? No. 2 days later, when you get arrested again, I need bail money, and then I'm going to need fine money because I'm going to get a fine.
People give it to them, and
Yeah,
they give it to them.
They do. That's why I'm not sure if I can really hold it that much against those people for abusing the system that has other dumb people give them money. That's actually some of these guys. I look at what they do and how they do it, and it's fucking genius.
When I
wants to die.
When I had both use of my hands, I was heavy into doing custom figures of Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and then I got into a thing of making the parts. All right, and I was selling because people wouldn't want to make a custom figure and they need a head. I would cast a head. They could buy a $3 head instead of buying a whole figure for $12. Just to get one part. I was selling the parts individually. I was making on the side $1,200 a month. Easy. Just selling $3 parts. Okay. And I got a lost track. Brain.
Selling the parts.
Yeah, selling the parts. And I found that niche. Okay. But then 3D printers came along. My sales started going down.
Oh yeah,
and they became more affordable. Okay, so in the community that I was in, I was in Star Wars groups, right? That's where I get in there and say, hey, look what I got, get my name out there. On eBay, I was Sith Happens. That was my catchphrase, Sith Happens. So it kind of, catchy thing. I actually had 15 seconds of fame in Celebration 6 in Anaheim, California on the Star Wars Celebration. They had a customizing group meeting thing in the conference room, and my name and one of my parts were on the screen for the customizing figure. I was one of 5 casters up there, and my buddy got me up there, and I was like, wow. He never told me he did it. He waited till it was done and sent me the video clip.
Nice.
But there's figure, it's like scalping tickets from concerts, people say, well, it's a $12 figure, but it's hard to find, so you're selling it for $60. That's a ripoff. You're in this group, you should give me a deal. How dare you sell it for $60? look, if I put up for something for $60, it's only really worth 10, and you pay 60, who's at fault, me or you? Right?
Definitely.
If you buy it, if you
Buyer
want to buy it
beware.
for 60, you know, buyer beware. You know, who am I? You know, So I don't know. Yeah, I go too many places, man. You know, when I start talking, the brain don't work. The stroke I had was a hematoma, whatever.
Okay.
Basically, my right side of my brain exploded.
Oh,
So,
that's not good.
No, I found out afterwards. I'm one in the 17% that survived that.
Congrats, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I had no use to my arm and leg. Getting back to this, but and then I was in a hospital for 28 days. Then they sent me home. I was like, I felt like I was on the show House, because every morning the doctor would go, and all these students, observing. So I felt like a fish in a fishbowl. And every day they asked me what year it was. Asked me, since last day getting discharged, the lady asked me the same question, and I told her the wrong year. As a joke.
Okay.
Her face went, I said, I'm joking. I mean, I got it right this whole time. The day I'm leaving, I get it wrong. I had no sense of humor. I mean, when they were they had to take me out of this house like Shamu, because my hallway and everything, they had to put me on a tarp and carry me out. I couldn't get up because of the leg and all that. And I get in the ambulance, and they're all hooked. I hook you up with all that stuff. And I said to the guy, "You ever seen a Family Guy episode where Peter got the stroke, and he's in there stroke." He didn't find it funny. I'm like, I'm the one here with a stroke. It'd be different if you said it to me. I didn't lose. I thought my brain was fine, but after 4 years, I started finding out certain things I lost. Like I lost memories and stuff, and now I actually get this. I don't know if you call it deja vu, but I question if that really happened.
Okay.
And then I had to ask somebody that I think was involved in it. I'm like, yeah, that really happened. The brain, I mean, that's a computer. The brain goes, forget it. Right. It's just that I didn't fully recover. I recovered better than some people, but that, like I said, that's what bothers me with these fraudsters. You want to do that on the side, like you are. You do it on the side. You got as for a job. You don't rely on the frauding. So you want to do that, but don't e-beg. But then again, like you said, if people are giving them money, I couldn't be that person.
Right. I wouldn't feel, I couldn't
sleep
do
at night.
that.
Knowing somebody gave me their last $10 or, especially if I'm lying about it, it's one thing if I got up and said, hey guys, I need a little money. I'm having a problem. I haven't got my disability. I will show you proof, Okay, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm not asking you for bail money because I decided to not listen to the cop and show ID or leave because I was trespassed. And now give me your last $20. Nah. I couldn't live with myself. Could not do it. But I guess it takes a certain person. Like it takes a certain person to kill.
Yeah.
It takes a certain person to hurt an animal. It takes a certain person to hurt a child. That should be automatic death penalty. I'm sorry, pedophilia, automatic death penalty.
Definitely.
There's no excuse. That's not like, oh, I screwed up. Oops.
You didn't screw
That's
up.
not a oops. You know, oh, I was in a bad place, like, you know, somebody on drugs, you know, or alcohol. I was in a bad place, you know, I rehabilitated myself. All right. I did kill the guy, but it was self-defense. All right. There's no oops of touching a child. Absolutely.
No.
The minute
not
you
at
touch a
all.
child, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Okay, if your brain is not wired for normalcy, then you shouldn't be walking around the population.
No, you're not fixing that with a timeout.
No, that's not. No, I mean, you look at in Iraq and all that. They marry babies. The woman sold her baby for $500, whatever the money is. Sold her newborn baby, and the guy married her. You know.
Yeah, that's sick.
I seen a video on a week ago. I'm like, and people and these foreigners need to go to another country and realize how good they have it here. It's real simple.
Yeah, you know it.
You know, it's one thing to be accused. You know, it happens a lot. You know, I used to watch the Steve Wilkos show. The hell was that?
Hello? Hey, hang on just a second. Yeah, hang on a minute. I actually got to take this. It's a phone
All right,
call.
good. All right. I'll save some more from next time.
Definitely. Hey, swing by. I'll jump back in next time and make sure I'm doing this shit right. I appreciate you stopping by.
Well, I can't help you computer-wise, but maybe I can get you into super chat.
You know it. I appreciate it, buddy. You have yourself a good
Goodbye,
one.
chat. Everybody, I don't know who's here, but
No, there's
whoever's
only a
here.
couple people.
Yeah, I probably
Whoever's here, have yourself a good one. Catch you
Yes.
later.
take care.
Hello? Hey, what's up? No, I'm just